Right guys, welcome back to another session, which is the editing trees and how to rescale the item so that it have different sizes. But before that, I just want to go back to the steps and drops items, the topics, which is this steps. It wasn't supposed to be the DP symbol. What you have to do is you have to show a drop, a down line going down, like the one you did for staircase. So you have to put an arrow like this, and you have to put the text that's showing it's going down. Okay, so make this one a bit smaller, and you can also shows how many levels that it goes down. So for example, I have each of the steps going down 150 mm, so I'm going to have to multiply 150 times how many steps I have. So now I have 1, 2, 3 and 4, so 4 steps going down. So 4 times 150 mm is equal to 600. So down 600 mm. Okay, so I'm making this one. Just make it 600 only. Right, so by now people can know that it's actually going down 600 mm and each steps is equal to 150 mm. So what you can do is that you can put the numbering at the steps so that people can read these drawings. So you can put 1, okay, and then copy this one. So it is advisable to put numbering at the steps, so it's by looking at it you know how many steps you have. So people tend to ask you how many steps you have and what is the height. So by having this one, it's actually easier for you to give answer to people when they ask you. So drawing should speaks to you. Okay, so you have to put every information you can to helps you to explain to people. So by having 4 steps and going down 600 mm, you can calculate straight away 600 divided by 4 and you'll get that the step is 150 mm. Alright, so now moving on to the main topic, but before that I'm going to adjust this position so that it looks much better. So I'm going to select this one, okay, and select this one and move downwards a bit. Sorry, I'm going to select everything and move it downward, and I'm going to trim the lower part. Sorry, I have to make sure it's a straight line as well. Okay, it's a straight line. Okay, and then you can trim over here instead of trimming up there, so less work. Create a line, then trim, and delete this boundary lines. Okay, so this one also. Alright, so now let's move on to our next item. So sorry, this is not a main grid line, so I'm going to make it smaller. Alright, so to put trees inside your plan, sometimes it needs some skill. So you can see trees shouldn't have the same size. It should be in different size because it's sort of a nature. So what you can do is that you can copy any types of trees that you want. Okay, for example, I want to have this one. Press C and then put it over here, Control V. and if you notice, it's really big and it's not proportionate. But before that, I'm going to change this one to layer this one and turn this into a block. So you can put this one as trees. Okay, now there are two techniques of rescaling these items. So technique number one is that you rescale it into using rescale factor, and technique number two is that you anchor it to two corners and you just adjust in between. So how it looks like. Okay, so watch this one. So I'm going to do the first technique. Okay, I'm going to select item, SC, scale. Okay, just click at any points. Okay, you can make the line randomly like this. Okay, and then you can insert a scale factor. So to make something smaller, it should be 0 point something something. To make something bigger, it should be 1 above 1. Okay, so to make it smaller, half or a bit smaller, you just put any 0 point something. Okay, if it's not small enough, you can still rescale it until you get the size that you want. Okay, so this is still too big, you need to rescale it and put 0.5 perhaps. Okay, in order to make anything a bit bigger, you can, okay, for example, I'll copy this one. Okay, just now I show you how to make it smaller. You have to use scale factor of 0 point something, but to make this one bigger, you should use any numbers above 1. So if it's slightly bigger, it should be 1 point something, like that, slightly bigger. But if it's really big, you can either make it 5, 10, 11, so it multiply by the size. 5 means 5 times bigger than the actual size. So that's how it works. A little bit of mathematics again. You can't run away from mathematics. Okay, another one is using like a reference point. So what I'm saying is that, okay, if I copy this one, I'm using technique 2, select items, SC, space. Okay, and then click somewhere first, anywhere, and then type R, space. Okay, and then click two corners. So let's say this one. So when you click the two corners, it will become the reference point. Okay, so then you can just drag any size that you want and then click. So that's another technique. For this one is perhaps easier for you to control the size. Okay, and then you can copy another one. Still, you can change the size using this item R, and then just specify some corner so that you can anchor the positioning of the points. Okay, so that's how you edit trees, and also to other items that you want to edit. Using these two techniques, you can rescale the items. So see you on another part of tutorial video. I hope you can understand based on the videos, and you can start doing your plans. I'm going to teach you how to hatch certain items, and that is going to be the last part for this week. Okay, stay tuned for the last part.